Hey, my name is Ty Cohen, former host of the Kindle Cashflow Podcast. And I say former host because this is the official first episode of the newest version of the rebrand of a podcast, which is now going to be called Publish Like a Pro. Right? So you're probably wondering, hey Ty, look, I've been following Kindle Cashflow forever. What's the reason for the rebrand? And to be honest with you, it's something that I've been wanting to do forever. So I first started teaching people how to publish to Kindle back in 2009 or 10. So 2009, 2010 or something like that. Probably even a little bit before that, unofficially. So that's 15 years or so, 16 years. And since that, in that time, I've done so much more than Kindle Publishing. Right? And I've done all of these different things in the digital space, from speaking on stages to creating membership programs to coaching programs to live physical events to virtual events to challenges to webinars to workshops, VSLs, courses, you name it. And I've always wanted to share a lot of the things that have worked really, really, really well for me. But I've kind of been pigeonholed in this Kindle publishing thing, right? So now my goal is to not only continue to share with you what's working on the Kindle side, but also to bring you into all of the other digital publishing spaces. So that for those of you that are interested in learning how to build out your list and learning how to build out your memberships and learning how to build out, digital courses or coaching programs or communities and all of the different things that I've done and continue to do, now you have a podcast where I'll be able to share some of those things. I'll bring in some really cool guests, people that I've partnered with over the years, people that I've worked with over the years, people that I think are incredibly smart people. I'm actually losing my voice a little bit. I've been speaking all day today, actually this entire week. So some of the things that I've been teaching for like the last decade or so, I'm not going to be sharing with you as well. All right, so let me know, what are you looking to learn, all right, exclusively? Like, if you're someone that's a fiction author or a nonfiction author, have you ever thought about creating like a digital business outside of that? Or taking that and turning it into like a digital business, right? So these are some of the things that I'll be sharing with you. And I think that you're doing yourself an injustice if you're just staying in one lane. Because now with digital publishing, there's so many different ways that you can actually take what it is that you're doing and repurpose it and serve such a broader audience. Like, you can serve people that want to have an audiobook version of your book. You can serve people that, if you're someone that's a nonfiction author, you can serve people that actually might want to have a course that is based around your book, but that goes into so much more detail, right? There's so many different modalities. There's so many different ways for them to learn. So you might be able to have like videos that are part of your course. You might be able to have audio that's part of your course. You might be able to have like worksheets and PDFs and booklets and just a bunch of different things, right? So this is the fun stuff that you can do. And when you start to do this, it's no longer just singular where it's just a book, right? It's just one of these. You start to grab people who want to learn in other formats. And I think that what happens, well, not even think, I've seen this, I've done it so many times, that you also start to capture people who want to become part of a bigger community, right? And that's what I've seen, or again, over the last decade plus, is people who, they'll come in and they'll buy a book, but they want so much more. And that's what I'm going to be showing you and teaching you and sharing with you and bringing you behind the scenes of my businesses over the next couple of, years, however long we do this thing, right? The other thing that I'm going to talk about every once in a while, if you guys want to hear about it, so let me know if you want to hear about it. Because if you don't want to hear about it, then just let me know if you don't want to hear about it also. It's like, what do you do once you get like your digital publishing business to the point where it's starting to work for you? Right? So it's starting to generate income. You're starting to build a real business. And just like a business owner would do, you start to take those profits from your business and you put them in other areas. So some of the things that we do is we do like real estate. I invest in like everything, right? So it could be real estate, it could be cryptocurrency, it could be the stock market. It could be mutual funds. It could be just a bunch of, it could be bonds. It could be, NFTs when NFTs were hot. It could be other businesses that you splinter off into. It could be other digital publishing businesses. It could be physical businesses. It could be, just a variety of different things. So if you guys want to learn about that stuff as well, definitely let me know. Like I said, there's so much that I have done outside of Kindle Publishing that it's like kind of hard to even, I want to give you like everything from like building out funnels and, having upsells to downsells and cross sells and being able to take someone that's bought like a $7.95 book all the way up to them buying a $25,000 coaching program. And these are things that I've done, right? So I've been able to take this student, and I don't call him a customer. I prefer to call him a client or a student, because a client or a student has a higher perceived value in the way that you treat that individual. Because you're going to treat a customer much different than what you'll treat a client. A customer, people tend to think of a customer as someone who comes in. That person might buy from them one time, right? They're kind of disposable, and I don't like that. But a client or student, or as we say, like a family member, they're going to be around for the long haul. So that's why I get to have many clients and students that have been around for 10, 15 years, right? That have said, hey, Ty, I followed you ever since like you were publishing content around the music business. And it feels really cool to know that you've been able to do things where you serve people so well by being transparent and by making mistakes and by being human. Like now, I can barely freaking speak, right? But I wanted to do this, and I didn't want to wait until my voice got back. I didn't want to wait until another day. I didn't want to wait. My goal is always to be the model for you guys. So if I'm talking about confidence, and I'm talking about, building up your discipline, and if I'm talking about consistency, and I'm talking about committing, then I have to do those things as well, right? So, and a sore throat or hoarseness does not keep you from your commitment sometimes. I can always go in and get the tea. I can get the lemon. I can get the honey. And I can chill out for a while and then be right back at it tomorrow, which is where I'm at. So you have probably seen, if you're in any of our Facebook groups, or if you're in any of our communities, and I want to give you the publishlikeapro.com community, go in and join that community. You're going to see people from all walks of life who are doing some fantastic things when it comes to digital businesses that are following my lead as it relates to digital publishing and content, and doing things like creating webinars and challenges and virtual events and VSLs and coaching programs and courses and memberships and social media platforms and YouTube channels and podcasts and things like that. So if you're someone who has this passion, or if you have love for something, or if you have a skill set, maybe from a job or maybe from a hobby or something, that stuff is all transferable, and you can bring it over and you can do things like this. And this is what I'll be teaching you, all right? So it won't only be me. It'll be some of my peers, people. I built up an incredible reservoir of great relationships, of people that I've networked with over the years. So we'll bring a lot of those people in. I'll do some interviews with those people that are incredibly smart people in their own right. I'll interview a lot of our students as well. I might interview my children and my family, right? Because some of the stuff I've taught them, and they have a different perspective on it. So I might come in and bring my wife in and see what she has to say about, being a social media influencer, or bring my son Tyler in and see what he has to say about being a digital publisher, someone who's created multiple digital courses and he's selling them in his own funnels and things like that. And how does that work for him as someone who he's actually going to be 21 March 9th, which is insane. It seems crazy even saying that, right? Because I got him started when he was 15 with digital publishing. So a lot of the stuff I'll be sharing with you, and hopefully it gives you some insight. I'll also be talking about how do you not only build your digital publishing business, and you do it from a point of uncertainty, especially when you're first starting out. Like, how do you take something that you might be brand new to, you don't have a following, you don't have an audience, and you don't know anything. You don't know how to set up the platforms. You don't know how to get the attention span of people and hold that attention long enough for them to want to get to know, like, and trust you. And how do you do that while running a household? How do you do that if you're a single mom with children? Or how do you do that if you're a husband with a wife? Or how do you do that if you're a wife and you've been taking care of a family your entire life as you know it, and now you're looking to do some things for yourself? Well, how do you do that as maybe a husband and wife couple who is now in their 50s, their 60s, their 70s, and they're looking to do some things jointly together? And you're trying to navigate this new space of AI and Gemini and ChatGPT and just all of this stuff that is just totally foreign because it's happening like this. So we'll be talking about some of the things that I'm passionate about. Those are the things that I'm passionate about, is the new technology and staying on top of it, and then being able to learn it, simplify it, take something that's super difficult to understand, simplify it, and then distill it and bring it down to you so that you can start to put it into place and get results with it, and you don't have to go in and do all of the grunt work, all right? So if this is something that you would like to learn from someone who, I think I'm a pretty personable guy, I think I'm a pretty relatable guy, someone who's going to come in and give it to you without all of the bells and whistles. I'm going to do this stuff just like this. It's not going to be fancy production. I like to be able to get an idea and throw it out to you right away, and not have to wait for an editor, and not have to wait for someone to get it back to me. Because I think that when that happens, then you miss the spur of the momentness. And in that missing of the spur of the momentness, man, I could have something that's working for me incredibly well. And because I'm waiting for my graphic designers, I'm waiting for my video editors, I'm waiting for my social media team to go in and gloss up the video and make it look nice and aesthetically make it look great. You're waiting on the content, you're waiting on the information that could be outdated if I waited a week or 2 weeks or a couple of days. So hopefully you don't mind the grittiness. I'm going to shoot this thing right here from my video room. Sometimes I'll shoot it from upstairs in my office. Sometimes I'll be on the beach or in the mountains and I'll be shooting it from my phone. Sometimes I'll be in the car on my way from the gym or on a trip with my family, or maybe on a plane. And as soon as I get those inspired thoughts, the things that will help you to better build, scale, and just have really decent, ethical fun with your business, when I get those moments, I'll share them with you. And hopefully you don't mind that the packaging is a little bit raw, as long as the information is good enough to get you to where you want to be. All right? So Ty Cohen, welcome to the new platform, Publish Like a Pro. Go in and join the community, publishlikeapro.com, publishlikeapro.com, especially if you want to be around a bunch of people that are like you, that are like-minded, people from all walks of life, people from across the globe, of all ages, people with different levels of expertise, people that are just starting this thing and they are scared, right? They're scared of the uncertainty. They're scared because they've never done anything like this, but they know that they need to change. They know that they need to start taking control of their own destiny. And then there are other people like myself that have been doing this stuff for 10, 15, 20 years. I've been in business for 30-something years, right? So I think I have a lot to share with you. And I think that the people that are part of this community have a lot to share with you as well. And I think that you are someone that has a lot to share with the other people that are in this community. So publishlikeapro.com is the free community where you can come and you can join us. The podcast is going to be available everywhere. YouTube, iTunes, Spotify. Come in, pick your poison as far as your platform of preference. Subscribe, and do me a favor, reciprocate. If you got value out of this or anything that I share with you in the future, share it with other people. All right, stay well. I'll see you. And I can't wait to hear some of the things that I'm going to share with you and also your comments. So do me a favor, start right now with a comment as to how you would like to learn and what you'd like to learn out of any of the many different things that I shared about digital publishing, in the sense of maybe it's Kindle Publishing. Maybe it's physical book publishing. Maybe it's publishing an audiobook. Maybe it's building out your list. Maybe it might be creating a digital course, turning your book, whether it's fiction or nonfiction, into a course. Maybe it might be a day with the author. Maybe it might be a weekend event with the author, right? Maybe it might be a book signing. All of these things I've done. Maybe it might be a webinar. Maybe it might be a VSL. Maybe you might want to learn how to run Google ads or YouTube ads or Facebook ads or TikTok ads or Instagram ads. All right, so let me know and we'll take it from there. All right, we've got a lot to cover. So don't be shy about what it is that you want to know. Stay well.